All right. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to join, as well as Alexander, who will be co-hosting with me. Can anyone react to say that they can hear me? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, let me also work on getting a secondary recording device set up because we've had issues in the past where X says it's recording, says it's saving, and then once it ends, we have no recording. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to get a second recording up. And Alex, I think if you request speaker, I think I can give it to you. I think you're good. Oh, maybe. Try again. Ah, perfect. All right, you want to try speaking, Alexander?
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you at least.
All right. How's it going?
It's going well for me. It's beautiful weather.
not so much here where I am, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, you gotta have some bad with the good. Makes you
Yeah,
really enjoy the
I
good.
like the rain. I don't mind it.
Hey, it beats watering the garden.
Right.
All right, give me a second. I've got another recording going. Perfect. All right, Alex, you ready to start this?
Yeah, sure.
All right, perfect. All right, everyone, welcome to our AMA. I know it's been a while since our last AMA, and for that, I am sorry. We do like to hold these about every 2 weeks, depending on the availability of people to speak and answer questions, as we do want to be transparent with the community and try to alleviate any questions that they might have. Unfortunately, with the holidays, travel, sickness, personal and professional commitments, it's been really hard to commit to a dedicated time to do this, and as a result, it has been a lot longer than we and really everyone would have wanted. Um, we will try to keep the general format for today's meeting similar to previous AMAs, which is basically going to start with this introduction here, state of dev, possibly some community highlights, and then finally getting into the questions and answers. We will be answering questions that you guys do submit using the Menti link that we've posted in Telegram and here in Twitter. And there you can post any questions that you might have about the project. I see that there's already a few there. So please, before you do post, take a look at the other questions that were already submitted. And your question may have already been asked. And so if you upvote it, it has a higher chance of actually getting answered if we do run out of time. The system for submitting and voting has worked pretty well so far. It allows the questions with the most interest to be answered. And this way we also don't have to deal with logistics of, unmuting people and trying to figure out who has any questions. So again, we'll be answering the questions that you guys submit in the Menti link at the end of today's AMA. I also do want to be respectful of people's time and try to keep this as brief as possible. So, if there are a lot of questions, we will likely answer the ones with the most votes first and see how far we get. Of course, we will be focusing on answers directly related to the project. If there's a specific personal question or something maybe not related to the project, we might just skip it. And we also generally try to refrain from announcing things before they're guaranteed to take place. But we may allude to some things if the likelihood is greater than 50% of happening. So while you might ask a question, we may not be able to fully divulge some information if it's being worked on. With that out of the way, I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then Alexander will chime in. For anyone who is interested or unaware, I do go by H in our Telegram channels. I have experience creating and managing businesses, along with running the financials and data analysis of various other companies. Before that, I worked for GE executives managing projects worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And my schooling is in mechanical engineering and business. And here I mostly help out wherever I can, but especially in strategy and logistics. As I mentioned, we also have our lead marketer, Alexander, on the call. Alexander, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know me, in Telegram I go by Alexander 90. That's my username. I've been working on Solama pretty much since the beginning. mostly focused on the marketing and advertising side of things, but also involved with pretty much anything that we do. I'm very happy to be here to be working on this great project with this awesome community. I hope that I will be able to answer any questions you might have. But actually, I'm not able to see all of the questions that we have on the platform, so H will have to read those for me, and whichever ones I can answer, I will do my best to answer.
All right, thank you. And as you were alluding here, I do want to remind everybody that this is a complete community run and organized project. So we're just normal members of the community who wanted to volunteer our time and experience to help push this project forward. In fact, there's about a few dozen other people who are considered to be on the team, each doing their own part to push this project forward. So there isn't really any one dev or one leader running things here, as basically it's just a group of people who are just enthusiastic about the project and interested in getting more involved in pushing the project forward as well as their bags. So if you are interested in contributing more of your time and experience to the project, please feel free to reach out to a VIP or team member in our Telegram group, and we'll be more than happy to vet you and get you rolling. It's a pretty good group of people, and I've enjoyed working with most of the people here. But with that being said, keep in mind that we are all volunteers with actual jobs, families, and whatnot. So development might seem slow at times, but I do promise you that we are always working on something in the background. With that being said, let's just jump into the state of dev. And again, as a reminder, any questions that you guys do submit, please do it in the Menti link on Telegram and Twitter. We'll get to that at the end of the state of dev section. So to start off, everyone's favorite topic, let's start with finances. I do want to remind everybody that we do have a community wallet. It's a multi-signature wallet requiring at least 3 team members to sign off on any transaction. I also do want to remind everyone that no team member will ask for any funds to be transferred to anywhere except for this community wallet. You can verify the address by typing /MW in our Telegram channel if you are ever uncertain, or you can reach out to another person with the VIP or team member in their tag. Our treasury wallet currently has about $90,000 worth of assets in it as of today. We recently removed most of our liquidity on exchanges in September. So luckily, by doing so, our funds were actually not stolen by the BingX hack on September 19th. Despite that, we did have millions of customer Solamas that were hacked and sold off from this exchange, meaning that BingX will eventually have to buy back these Solamas at some point to reimburse their customers. They are trying to do over-the-counter deals with projects, but because our token is fully distributed, they're going to have to buy them just like anybody else on the open market. Meaning that because of this hack, there's actually if they were to buy all these tokens at once, they essentially have an 8.5% price increase built into our market cap right now, based off of the fact that BingX has to buy back these tokens. Additionally, we have also recently avoided the legal and moral controversy surrounding the market manipulation of market makers and exchanges. So, speaking of which, if anyone is interested in getting their funds off of exchanges, you can simply ask anyone in our Telegram. We'll be more than happy to help you start trading on a decentralized exchange. And just know, if you do work with anybody going to a personal wallet, never share your seed phrase with anyone unless you 100% trust them. We have sold over 200 of our VIP NFTs. In previous AMAs, what we've mentioned, these have a limited run of about 500, and there are some perks to this. Basically, the perks of being an NFT holder is that you get advanced information on important things like future listing. You also get voting rights on important decisions and better access to the team to promote ideas and ask questions. In fact, the whole idea of the casino was actually voted by the NFT group to do that versus go for a tier 1 exchange, because we decided to build long-term value into the project rather than a quick pump. The biggest advantage, though, of the NFTs, as well as anything that generates revenue for the project, is that 100% of the sales will be going back into the Treasury wallet, which is basically saying that you're giving a donation to the team or to the project, but you're also getting some perks that come along with it. What we plan on doing with the marketing wallet is doing things like marketing, sex listings, and whatnot to push the project forward. So again, more than anything, it's a donation to the project that comes with additional perks. The idea also is that if you do have an NFT, the holders will continue to receive perks as the project evolves and can offer more things. Like one of the things that we're looking at right now is as we get ready to open up the casino, we'll be opening up the testing to the NFT holders that will also allow them to get access to such affiliate programs in which they can earn profits from the casino. And so, as the project grows and evolves, we also expect the value of these NFTs to also grow and evolve. And just also wanted to mention, talking about revenue, we do have a partnership and revenue share with a KOL, and right now it's bringing in several $100s a month, and we do expect it to eventually be bringing in over a few $1,000s a month over the coming months as we continue to work with them and basically get that platform scaled up. Continuing the topic of finances, we'll jump into one of the questions that's I'm sure on most people's mind, and that's the casino. As we mentioned last time, we did start development of an online casino. We actually started development way back in July. However, by late August, we actually had to stop development with the team that we were dealing with because it became apparent that we wouldn't be able to deliver the product that we wanted. And as we were realizing that, we actually already started reaching out to other providers and restarted development with a new provider in early September. And I think everyone who's currently working on the casino, I think, are very happy that we actually made that switch to the new provider. We're just not happy that it actually delayed us by a good 2 months. So we have actually made considerable progress since the beginning of September on this new casino because one, we learned a lot with the last provider, and we basically already set up a lot of things of what we wanted and communicated that with them before we actually signed any papers. So some of the things that we've done since the beginning of September for the casino is that we've set up a separate legal entity in Costa Rica. So this is actually a legit official business. We've also applied for and submitted all documentation for an official gambling license. And right now we're basically just waiting on a regulator to approve it, and we should receive it this month. By getting this gambling license, this will actually allow us to use fiat on the casino platform. So people can use credit cards and eventually also do things like Google Pay, Apple Pay, etc. We did sign on a payment processor for the casino, and we've integrated our token, Solama, into their platform. We actually just integrated it earlier today, and we plan on doing testing with that here in the coming days as well. So basically, you can now deposit and withdraw funds on the casino in Solama. We've also created and set up the casino itself. We've also tested the deposits, withdrawals, and even gambled a little bit. In fact, the testers that we have had have actually, I think, all made money, if I'm correct, which is great to see, but also a little concerned.
Yeah, that's interesting. Some of our testers actually ended up making money. Yeah, like H was saying, there's a lot of work that's being done on the casino. This is a huge thing that we're working on. I'm pretty sure that most of the people do not actually realize how much work and effort it requires to successfully launch something like this. This is effectively a standalone business that's integrated into the token, and vice versa. The token is integrated into the business. So as I was saying on our earlier AMAs, the reason why we wanted to integrate our own token and make it the official currency of the casino, that doesn't mean that you won't be able to play with any other currency. The casino actually supports a bunch of different currencies. But the reason why we want to make sure that Solama is the main one is because as players come to the casino and they realize that they can get the best bonuses by using Solama, they actually have to go and buy that token somewhere. So all of that will be affecting the chart basically of the token. So if you want to get the best bonuses in the casino and some custom promotions that we might do in the future, then it will be a good idea to buy the Solama token. Now, speaking of the currencies, like H was saying, since we will be pretty much regulated and have our own license, we will be able to support fiat as well. We are working on integrating this right now. I think we just need to sign off on a contract, review the current offer for the payment provider, which is separate from the cryptocurrency payment provider. And I also think that we need to integrate direct phantom deposits, if I'm not mistaken. So we're building it. It's going to take some time until we finish all of it. But if you're in the NFT group, you can actually access the casino even now. And although I wouldn't recommend it right now, you can theoretically play in it even now if you wanted to. So the casino works. The deposits and withdrawals has been tested. All of it works. We will test a few more details, of course, but basically the casino is operational even at this point.
Exactly. We're basically still working and waiting on a few more technical issues to be resolved before we do open it up to the larger audience. But again, like I mentioned, we will be opening it up to the NFT holders probably in the next few days, maybe even this week, depending on how quickly we can resolve those small technical issues. Um,
Yeah, and just one thing before I forget, for those that are not aware, our casino is going to be very different from pretty much any other casino out there. Now, there are many tokens, crypto projects with casinos out there, but usually they are either fully focused on being a casino project, or they are trying to integrate the revenue source, but none of them actually will be supporting their token as much as our casino will, because our casino is designed to have 100% of net revenue go back into the Solama project. So effectively, this business is there for you. It's there to benefit you as a token holder. So if you're interested in playing in the casino, then the best way to do it is to just buy the Solama token and play with a portion of your bag in the casino. You're effectively supporting your bag. But other than that, the casino is also going to be done in a very professional way. This is why we had to switch the software providers, like H was saying earlier, because it became apparent that we won't be able to achieve what we wanted to, because we want to make a good product, a good business that actually works, that doesn't have any bugs or issues. It's important that this is secure and optimized. So we're not happy that we had to wait another month or two to get it done, but it's very much worth it, because in the long run you need to have a good product. And the first provider that we were working with, the product was just not good enough. I mean, as simple as it sounds, it was just not sufficiently good enough, and it was never
Correct.
going to be,
It
because
was no. Yeah.
they're just not capable of delivering what we want. So we might as well just switch and start over. But we're moving very fast. Like I said, the casino is pretty much ready. We just need to iron out a few things. We will let the NFT crowd test it first, and then when we are 100% sure that everything works fine and there's no issues, we will release it to the general public. And we're also working on getting up the main page of the website up and running again. We've had some DNS issues, but this should be resolved soon as we switch hosts and migrate the domain to a different registrar. So this should be done in the next couple of days, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, I'll give an update on that in just a minute.
Sure.
But yeah, as Alexander was saying here, one of the other great things about this casino is that people can sign up to be affiliates and earn a portion of the casino's profits for anyone who is referred to the casino. So if you want to also enjoy in the success of the casino, you can get a referral code, tell other people to join, and then you will get a portion of the profit, if you would.
Yeah,
Um,
correct. So that's an additional benefit for anyone who wants to get involved, and that's also one of the things that makes this casino different. This is the only casino in the whole world where you play in this casino, and even if you lose, you can still end up winning in the long term, because in any other casino, once you go and you play and you lose, that's it, you're done. The company ends up making money, but here you end up making money because this is a community owned business, and it works for you as for the community.
Exactly. Like as he's mentioning, like so many things make this community, this crypto casino unique is because one, it is completely community run. It's not just a small group of people that's going to be benefiting. You'll be able to use fiat payments. You'll be able to use the Solama token as payment with preferred bonuses, including additional first time bonuses. And this all will put pressure on the the token itself. In addition, as Alex mentioned, 100% of the profits, just like everything else, every revenue generation for the project gets put right back into the multi-signatory wallet. Even the most generous casinos out there maybe approach 60%, with most of them are closer to 10 to 40% of a crypto casinos actually benefiting and going back to the project. Most of it gets, sent to a small group of people who set up the casino, which, kind of makes sense because it's actually a lot of work to set this up and keep it running. But here, again, 100% of the profits will go back to the community in one form or another. So again, like Alex mentioned, even if you do lose, as long as you continue to hold some Solama, you should win because it does benefit your project, your wallet. Because again, as the money comes into the project, we can do more things with it, such as marketing, tier one listings, etc. And so, yeah, it's really the only casino out there.
Yeah,
So what?
basically, like I was saying, I guarantee you that you will not find a single casino in the whole world that works like this. This is the only casino in the whole world that works for you as a token holder, and I guarantee you that there isn't any other.
Exactly. So you also might be asking, what are we going to be using these profits for? So first and foremost, we do want to increase our capital reserves so that we can ensure the project longevity and pay for recurring expenses and any large payouts that might occur from the casino. Secondly, we will be funneling a fair amount of the profits into marketing and supporting the token itself in the ways of outreach. We already do have a rough marketing plan to focus on KOLs, content creators, and the general public. And all advertising for the casino will advertise the token and the project and vice versa. Because of how we're setting it up with the website, it is going to be a subdomain within the website, not a separate domain like you'll also find in other casinos, which again, most other casinos are either casino focused with the token on the side, or a lot of the proceeds don't really go to the project itself. In fact, a lot of casinos even have a separate domain, which makes it even easier to separate the casino from the project long term. If during a bear market or whatever, they can cut ties with the project, or if they want. Here, again, 100% of the profit will be going back to the project, and everything's going to be completely integrated. This is going to stay a token project focus first, with the casino at the side to basically help drive the financial goals of the project. Third, we will plan on focusing on a tier one listing. And then fourth, we'll be focusing on developing other revenue generators, which the NFT holders will help us decide on. And then lastly, with the profits, we do plan on doing fun things that the NFT holders or community wants, such as charities, events, buybacks, airdrops, what have you. As for the website, as Alexander was mentioning, or unless, Alex, did you want to mention more about the casino?
Not really. I mean, join the NFT group if you haven't already. Just get the NFT. It's one sol, so it's not expensive at all.
And again, it's basically a donation to the project.
Yeah, exactly. So all the proceeds from the NFT sales go to the treasury wallet. So you're basically supporting your own bag by buying the NFT. Join the NFT group. You will be able to talk to other NFT holders there, discuss things that might not be discussed in the general group. You can actually access the casino, create your account, even try to play if you want to, although I'm not recommending it because it's not 100% ready yet. And yeah, that's it for the casino. We'll keep working on it. I think that we should be able to fully launch it during the month of October. So that's about it for the casino, unless you have anything else to add.
Nope, not at all. I expect the NFT holders to be able to test it probably late next week, if not sooner. So
Yeah,
I
very
definitely plan on
likely.
launching in October.
Very likely, yeah.
As some have noticed, the website that we've had has been down for a while. There are several reasons behind this issue. The first reason is the person hosting the website has actually moved on from the project a while ago. So we are looking at a new hosting solution, in addition to getting the files to rebuild the website. In addition, the website is currently built in React, which is better to develop with, but it's less well known to the everyday person to pick up and manage a website. So we're going to be migrating it back to WordPress, and so more people can work on it and maintain it. Additionally, when we did look into the issue, we realized that the original DNS settings were not done to typical industry standards and could have resulted in conflicted routing. We've tried a few different methods to fix the issue. Unfortunately, the changes to the DNS can take up to 72 hours to implement. So it took us well over a week just to identify the root cause was the registrar and not the website hosting or DNS issue. What really made this hard, though, is that some of the changes that we did implement would allow the website to come up for some people, but not everybody for a few days before it too became accessible for everybody. So it was very hard to pinpoint the issue being the registrar and not a DNS issue. Once we did find out that the root cause was, we did start moving the registrar, and that's currently in process. But unfortunately, the current registrar is taking up to 10 days to move the website. Part of the reason why it did also take so long to identify this root cause is that the change we made that caused the issue didn't really affect the routing issues until several weeks into development of the casino. And that issue is that we're using a third-party name server to host the casino. And unfortunately, that is conflicting with our registrar's ability to do custom DNS records. So again, we've identified the issue. We're in the process of changing registrars. Unfortunately, it's going to take a while, but we do expect the website to come up, by next weekend, just because of how long it takes for DNS changes to propagate.
Yeah, and the website might actually change a little bit. We're not sure if we're just going to do an exact copy of the old website. We might set up a new one. There's a fun fact: the website was actually done in WordPress in the beginning. Then we migrated it to React, like a copy of the WordPress website. Now we're going back to WordPress, but we might change it a little bit. I think the website is in need of a little bit of redoing as well, so this is a good opportunity to do that as well.
Yep, that's for sure.
And yeah, it will be done in WordPress because more people will then be able to work on it. Probably keep it as a one-page website. Just use like a plugin, like if anyone is familiar with Elementor plugin, then you can easily visually edit the website however you see fit. So the idea is that it's done in a simple but visually appealing way, and that more people can work on it. So I think it'll be done with no problem. Also, within the next couple of weeks, it should be live. Once you change the registrar, then it becomes easy because like I told you before, the registrar that I use for pretty much 20 years now has no problems editing the DNS records. And like H said, we use the casino is going to be on a subdomain, which is going to use different DNS records, so it's going to be hosted elsewhere. But since we want to keep everything under one domain, then it's a little bit tricky, but it'll be done soon.
Yep. And, some people are asking again, why don't we just have a separate domain for the casino versus, having it as a subdomain? Again, unlike most other crypto casinos that have been launched, we do want to use our domain with this casino. It's going to show that we are committed to keeping the token first and the casino acting as a component of the token, not the other way around. Like we've already mentioned, most crypto projects that do launch casino have a relatively small portion of the proceeds that actually go back to the project. And having the casino also in a separate domain makes it easier, and it'll naturally make them want to separate the casino from the crypto project, in a bear market. So,
and also one more thing, because this casino is different than all the other casinos. Once players pick up on this and they realize how different it is, they will be much more likely to become holders of the Solama token as well, because it provides them with benefits and protection. So they can play in the casino with a better peace of mind without worrying that even if they lose a little bit, they will still be okay. So this is also important because I suspect that there will be a lot of players that will switch to playing in our casino solely because of this. I mean, I would, if I was a regular player, I would definitely play in a casino like this one and not in a typical casino that just, like when you lose, you're done and that's it. Here, at least, you can keep supporting your bag and have it grow in value. And if you play with the Solama token, then your balance as the Solama token value increases, you can actually end up having more money in the casino to play with.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Exactly.
But also by keeping the same domain, it makes it also easier for us to advertise both the token and the casino both at once. Allow us to advertise our casino to places that don't actually allow casino advertising, but do allow crypto advertising.
Right.
So it
And
is really
yeah,
important for us to make this work.
it's important that it stays on the same domain, because then, like you said, you can advertise the token, you can advertise the casino, and no matter what you're advertising, both of them will always benefit.
Exactly. Um, Moving on to marketing and partnerships. We do, as a reminder, we do have a perpetual partnership with Crypto Gems, which has about 400,000 followers. And as you may have noticed, if you do follow them, and they are currently listening, thank you. They do make regular posts about us. So thank you very much, Crypto Gems. We love working with you, and we look forward to continuing working with you. We also do have a perpetual contract with Caleb Soul, who has about 120,000 followers. And we are still working with some other KOLs on X, and we're starting to look at other social channels with a particular eye towards YouTube. However, the few that we've been in contact with generally want absurd amounts of money. So we are currently looking around, but if anyone here has a connection with the KOL and can get a good deal, please reach out to us, and we'll try to get something set up. We have also continued to ramp up our content generation, and we currently have 2 artists and video content creators who are trying to build up a little bit more content for us so that we can start posting more regularly on places like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And then we've also created a Tenor account in which we have become an official partner with them, and the Tenor gifts can be used on X, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Telegram. And it makes it just a lot easier to share Solama gifts across the entire internet. With this ramp up in content, we are seeing a lot more prominent memes, like we mentioned in the past. We're still seeing projects, especially Myro in particular, flat out copying our memes regularly. Again, I take this as a form of flattery and a confirmation that we are doing something right when it comes to content generation. We're also currently laying down the groundwork of negotiating with one of the largest KOLs on crypto Twitter. But again, we're probably not going to make progress on this until we have the casino starting to bring in decent revenue, because that is a very large expense, but it does look like it will be worth it. And we also do have a sizable marketing push planned after we do launch the casino, focused primarily on mainstream media outlets, crypto outlets, and a variety of other sources. Alexander, do you want to talk about this at all, or keep it under the wing for a bit?
Sure. We will also, not just me, but other team members will also be reaching out to various YouTubers and content creators. On YouTube, it's easier to get featured in videos and live streams. And also live streams is another thing that we will be reaching out to, live streamers on Twitch and YouTube content creators, all of that stuff. Once you have a working product that everyone is happy with, you can sign up a lot of influencers to create content about it, to sign up as affiliates. You can give them some no deposit bonuses to play and showcase certain games on their channels. So this is also planned. We want to outreach to a bunch of them. A lot of them will be larger caliber influencers as well, to offer them a very lucrative affiliate program. And other than that, like you said, we will also plan a media push for the casino once it's live. This also requires a lot of work and takes some time to get approval from all the different crypto outlets and websites. But it's something that we plan to do. Other than that, like H said, we also plan on doing some larger KOLs in the future. This will require more funding, because even though some of them can deliver very large reach, all of this stuff costs a lot of money. In addition to that, there are various other things that we're planning to do as well, such as, for example, organizing airdrop campaigns on CoinMarketCap and things like that. Again, this also requires a lot of funding, but it's something that we are definitely looking forward to doing in the future, in addition to going on more exchanges and things like that.
Perfect. Thank you. Next up, I just want to give a few highlights of the community. Since our last AMA, we have crossed over 3,000 members in our Telegram, and we're currently approaching 3,100. This is great because we really haven't been marketing our token for months now, because we have just been so focused on making sure this casino gets launched correctly, as well as the whole market has basically been shit for the past several months. So again, we've just been hunkering down. The NFT holders agreed that let's just get this casino down. Let's make sure that we have a revenue source coming in, and once we get that going, we'll start looking back at listings and marketing, etc. So we're going to start getting back in the swing of it. So we do expect the Telegram numbers as well as our market cap to start rising here again in the near future. Our in-house taskbot is continuing to have great engagement in our Telegram. We've had around 4,000 people interact with it, and with over 15,000 Solama being earned by its users. Again, because this is a community project, the Solama was donated by members of the community for the community. Just goes to show how great and supportive this community is, to see it supporting each other for the benefit of all. This taskbot, again, is basically rewarding people to push their own bags. So it's basically rewarding people to go to X and to go to CMC and whatnot and say, hey, this project's great, and just show how bullish you are about it. So not only does it help your bags, but it literally improves your bags by giving you more Solama. We also recently built a buy bot that shows buys from all liquidity pools, not just Solana. And it also rotates through images that our artists have created, and it's also received pretty good positive reception as well. Just recently, we did cross over the 95% bullish rating on CMC with thousands of votes on that. So it's not just a few people skewing it. We also have about 40,000 people who currently have us on their watch list. And we're also starting to organize CMC raids, and those raids are starting to bear fruit, with impressions starting to become exponential. We also have about 100 people in our NFT group, meaning over half of the purchases have decided to join and stay involved in that channel over the past few months. And we've also set up a whales roundtable where members have to prove that they hold over 3 million tokens. Of the 36 wallets that do meet this threshold, about 25 appear to be holders. And then, we've got about 15 people in that group, and we have contact with 3 others. So we're in contact with more than half of the wallets, which account for about 15% of the supply, with exchanges accounting for about the other 20%. Again, the idea for this whale group is really just to allow the whales to get in contact with each other, discuss anything that they want, but really it's to help us leverage each other a little bit more for financial goals that advance the project, and share ideas and goals to minimize negative price impact on the project. So like if somebody wants to exit the project, we can give them ideas on how to exit without harming their bag and ours. So it's really for the betterment of the project, both to push it forward financially, but also to not harm it financially as well. With that, was there anything else that you want to add, Alex?
No, I'm looking forward to going back to work on the casino.
All right, great. Well, then let's just jump into the questions and answers.
All right, let's do it.
So as a reminder, these questions were submitted and voted on for by participants using the Menti link, both provided in Telegram and Twitter. These are not filtered whatsoever. So if you've not posted your question or uploaded anything, please go to the Menti link and do so now as we decide to go through them. Let me just bring up the Menti link. All right, cool. We got 10 questions. At the top, how do you think to solve the problem of low volume? We need to increase it for a new sex listing. A good one. So there's several ways to increase volume. In fact, a lot of projects utilize this, and that's through wash trades and performing artificial trading on platforms. In fact, the recent litigation and arrest on market makers was because they were doing these things called wash trading and manipulating the market. So it's very easy to do these wash trades, but we prefer to have everything organic. But it's if we do want to get onto an exchange, it's not hard to fake the trading volume on both centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, guys, remember, like 90% of the projects out there fake volume like all the time. This is not something that you should be surprised. We're not doing any of that stuff. So even though our volume is lower, that's because we're not faking it. But if you take a look at pretty much most of the other meme tokens, anytime you see a token that has a bunch of volume but the price action always stays the same, you can be sure that they're faking it. So take volume with a grain of salt. It's not something that guarantees that a project is doing well. Like they usually try to keep the volume at a certain range. For example, like 20-30% of the current market cap of the project. So if you have a project with like 10 million market cap, if they're faking volume, they'll try to maintain maybe 2 to 3 million volume per day or something like that, to make it look like a lot of people are trading. But like H said, this is wash trading, and it can actually land you in trouble, like with the recent actions that we've seen. So we're not involved in any of that stuff, nor do we care about being involved. It's better to have lower volume but have it all organic and real, than fake 50% of your market cap as volume, and then nobody knows how much is actual real trading.
Correct. But again, like if that becomes a requirement to get on some exchange,
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely,
we
because
can get that.
some of the exchanges, they have these dumb requirements. They will give
Yeah.
you a list of like 10 different requirements that you have to pass, and you can
Yeah.
pass 9 of them, and if one is problematic, then they'll give you problems. Don't want to list you or something like that. So it's really stupid, but
It
it
really
is
is,
what it
because
is. Yeah.
remember BitGet, or
Oh
one
yeah,
of the other
yeah.
ones. We passed every single thing with flying colors, but like we didn't have the right number of like
They
Telegram users or something. It's like, dude,
I
this
think they
just gets
required
bought.
1 million daily volume or something like that,
Well, no, they required more than that. But
or maybe
but one
more.
of the
Yeah.
requirements that we didn't meet was we didn't have like 50,000 bots in our Telegram channel or
Yeah,
something
it was
stupid.
something stupid. I remember it was really stupid, and I just couldn't believe it. Like if they're asking to take your money, and then they don't want to take your money because you don't have a bunch of fake bots in your group. I mean, they're kind of stupid, you know.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. These exchanges, they operate in a certain way. Don't be surprised, like I've been telling other people, that like even the companies in this space are like completely degen mode. So it is what it is.
Exactly. But like if there's an exchange that we really want to go to, I don't want to, but we could fake it to get on it.
Yeah, I mean, if 90% of them are doing it, whatever.
Yeah. So answered. Next one. When will the Solama website and casino be up and running? As we mentioned, the website should be up this coming week, if not this weekend. Again, we are having DNS issues, and we're currently changing the registrar right now. That's in the process, and that should be completed early next. Well, maybe middle of next week, depending on them. They have 10. They have over 10 days to do it, and I think they're going to take their sweet time. And then it'll take a few days for the
The
DNS
casino is
settings.
actually already up and
But
running,
yeah,
so
the casino though is up and running. We
you can
decided to keep
access
that
it.
up
Yeah,
and running. Well, we decided to keep the casino up and running to be developed on while with the website's down. We basically could have chosen one or the other. We chose to keep developing the casino.
correct.
So it is up and running. The NFT holders again have the link and they can sign up. But the casino should be open up to the general public by the end of the month for sure. Why is the website down? As we mentioned, the DNS issues, and we're in the process of getting it fixed as we have identified the issue. Can the milestone of our first tier 1 listing still be achieved this year? So tier 1 listings do cost a lot of money. We did get a quote and we were approved to get on a tier 1 listing earlier this year. However, the overall price of that listing was about 250,000, I believe, and that was
Pretty
right
much, yeah.
before the market took a shit. So unfortunately, the cost of a tier 1 listing starts at 250,000 and goes up to the millions. Right now, like I mentioned, we have about 90,000 in our reserves at this moment. And with the casino, it depends on how much it brings in, but it is feasible to take place this year.
Yeah, and also one more thing, the costs of these listings, these things can change. So just because centralized exchange was asking for $250,000 to list us, that doesn't mean that in the future, when we're doing much better, they might not actually cut that in half,
Yeah.
So it can end up being very good for us to grow a little bit more, to get some more volume, more holders. And then as you become more and more popular, the exchanges realize that they can make more and more money by letting their users trade your token, and they will give you better terms, and that's how it goes.
If not, even list you for free.
Exactly, they can list you for free if you're really popular.
Who can participate in the affiliate program, and what are the rewards? So basically, anybody can participate in the affiliate program, and the rewards varies. I think we have it set up to a few different tiers. Is that correct, Alexander?
The affiliate program will start with 35% of the gross gaming revenue. So if you bring your friend and he registers via your link or uses your code, and then you will get 35% of the revenue from that player. Now this can increase in case that we want to sign up a prominent influencer or like a huge gambling YouTube channel or a streamer or something like that. So we might actually offer up to 50%, but this will be on a case to case basis. So 35% is reasonable for the majority of people out there.
That sounds. Did we agree to 35?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, that's pretty much some, let's say, industry standard right now.
Okay. Cool. That's
It can
awesome.
be, yeah, that's great actually. It's very good. 35% is extremely generous.
Yes.
And we can do even more, but it has to be like a really big influencer,
Right.
like let's say a YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, engaged audience focused on gambling, for example, or crypto gambling or something like that.
Exactly. Someone who could bring in a higher volume
Yeah,
and
yeah.
higher whales.
Typically, affiliate programs will give you tiers and pay you more the more people you bring in, like an incentive. So this is also something that we'll be doing as well. But 35%, if you ask me, that's already very generous.
Yes. Next question. Can you also deposit and withdraw fiat in the casino? Yes. So we are, like I mentioned, getting an official casino license. This will allow us to operate in most places in the world. I will mention this right now that the license does not include U.S. customers. However, I'm just gonna say if you use a VPN and don't KYC, there's no way for us to really know. But I'm not suggesting you do this. I'm just stating a
Yeah.
fact that if you use a VPN and don't do KYC, it's
And you
hard for
play
us
with
to tell.
crypto, then yes.
Right.
Because they
But
won't
if you
accept your deposit methods if you're from the US. Like
correct, if you do deposit, you unfortunately probably won't be able to deposit dollars directly. I don't.
right.
I don't know about that yet. But right now, for sure, we can do crypto, and it looks like we'll be able to do euros and many other currencies around the
We
world that
will
are
be able,
supported.
yeah, we will be able to do multiple currencies and multiple payment methods. So
Right.
let's say credit and debit cards.
Yeah, Visa
Um,
and MasterCard should be enabled in early November, I believe, and then Google Pay and Apple Pay will come later.
yeah, and there could be more methods as well, like for
Correct.
example, wallets such as Skrill or PayPal or something like that. NetTeller, I'm not sure if anyone's familiar. If you're in Brazil, you might have something like Pix or something like that. So there will be more methods. But this will obviously depend on what's available in terms of geo restrictions. But if you play with crypto, let's say you just register on the casino with connect your Phantom wallet or MetaMask or something like that. If you don't KYC, there's basically no way for anyone to know if you use a VPN. Again, we're not saying that you should. We're never going to recommend doing something like that, but there isn't a way for anyone to know, really.
Correct. Is KYC required in the casino? If so, is there a distinction between fiat and crypto deposits, or is KYC always required? Like we were mentioning, you there is there. So KYC is required for certain thresholds. So if you deposit a certain amount, KYC is going to be required. I believe that's $10,000. If you also withdraw, I believe $10,000 worth from the casino, both crypto and dollars, that would also require KYC. Is there a
Yeah,
distinction
if
between
you
fiat
win
and
big,
crypto?
then you might have to KYC, but that's not entirely up to us as well. The license might require it, and the payment providers. Basically, there's a lot of details, but generally speaking, you should be able to play without any KYC.
Correct. And unless you're again dealing with like $10,000 worth of assets, KYC I don't think is required. I know KYC is required over 10,000 for our license, but I don't know below that. Especially for fiat. Fiat definitely will need KYC, but crypto again you have to meet certain thresholds for the KYC for crypto.
Yeah, we want to give people the option to just come and play and have fun and not have to do all this stuff. Like in some casinos, you have to KYC no matter what you do. So here we just want to give you an option to have fun and enjoy yourselves and play, and that's it basically. Now, if you win big and you want to cash out, then yeah, you might have to do KYC, but that's a different story, and that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Um, Hey, why won't your website load? It hasn't been loading for quite a while now. Like we mentioned, DNS issues, we've identified the issue and we're resolving it. It should be up again, probably by the end of next week, if not weekend.
Yeah, I'm getting allergic to these. Why
When
website?
website?
Where website? It's being worked on.
Yeah,
Relax.
right. And also like it's just a website. I know it's very important for a meme coin because most meme coins aren't anything except for a token and a website. But honestly, the all the information you can find on the website for the most part you can find almost anywhere
On
else.
CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, CoinMarketCap, Dex tools,
There's your
almost
website.
anywhere.
Easily find it on
Yeah,
CoinMarketCap. You can find the supply and how to buy and where it's listed and all that.
yeah, I get it. Again, most meme coins are nothing but a token on a website. But here we try to be a little bit different. But yes, we are working on getting the website up. Our focus has been the casino, making sure that is up and running and able to be worked on. And we're working on moving to a different registrar, so that we can have both the casino and the website up. Solama price prediction for 2025. I'm still shooting for $1 here. That's not hard to get to, honestly. Like the bull run really has not even started for crypto. Like because of the Mount Gox selling of what was it, 6 billion Bitcoin so far, not selling but distributing 6 billion Bitcoin to users over the past year. It recently just had the litigation go through that they have another year to send the rest of the 2.8 billion. The bull run really hasn't started that we would typically see. In fact, the bull run is slated to start basically any time from now. And there's lots of predictions for Solana to go up to 500, if not $1,000. That's basically a 3x to almost 10x from here. Our price is primarily tied to Solana, so that's easily a 10x from there. That would put us 15 cents. If you look at us compared to what other memes are right now, Retardio just launched a casino and they just went up to 150 million market cap, and their casino doesn't even really work. And
Yeah,
so,
that's funny.
yeah, go visit that. That's a clusterfuck.
No, don't even
Don't
bother
visit
with
it.
it.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
don't
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 bother with
touch
it.
it. Don't connect your wallet.
It's
It's fucked up.
ridiculous. I mean, it is a retardio after all.
No, part of me thinks that like they intended to make it
Yeah, that's
janky
what
as
I thought
hell.
as well. Like maybe they probably intentionally did it like that.
But so that's like 10 times our market cap. So if you think about the fact that you know Solana's slated to go up almost 10x from here, and then you take into the fact that like memes that have similar stuff to us, not even like we have better content generation, we have a lot more active people in our socials than we do for a lot of other projects. I mean, we are hella undervalued. Like if you actually look at a stock or in a publicly traded company, like if our casino makes $1,000 a day, which is very easy to do, we are hella undervalued compared to a normal traditional stock market company. Like we are very undervalued for a meme. We are hella undervalued, in fact, for a meme. So if you take into account the fact that Solana is expected to go up at least 5 to 10x from here, and then we are undervalued by at least 10x. I mean, it's easy 100x from here. That's easily $1. So my price prediction is easily $1 for 2025. Again, the bull market hasn't really started, and we're hella undervalued.
Yeah, and people don't realize how quickly these things change. Like we did 1 million to 120 million in 3 days. Like there's nothing stopping you from doing 10 million to 300, 400, 500 million in a week. So these things can change real quick, and it can be unpredictable. No one can predict it. So by having an undervalued project like right now, this gives you an opportunity to buy into, or should we say ape in, and you can end up making a lot of money. Because if you take a look at some of the bigger memes, like for example Popcat or anything like that, 1 year before, like in the past, they were like smaller than us. So and they're like 1.5 billion market cap right now. So these things can change before you know it. And if I was you, I would definitely establish my position right now, because things are heating up. I can feel it in my bones that things are going to heat up um, real fast. Because also in the last couple of months, yeah, the market has been shit as well, but we haven't been doing anything. We haven't even advertised the token. Like any gains that you see in the token right now is 100% organic. There is no volume faking. There is no paid advertising or anything. Everything that happens right now is organic. We're launching a business. We're going to start marketing that business and the token itself along with it. So like I said, things can escalate real quick, and people sometimes wait too long. Like I remember when we had that big pump in March or April, whenever it happened, I don't even know
Early
anymore.
March.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, so many people were DMing me on Telegram and telling me like, "Oh man, I wish I bought. Why didn't I buy?" Because it happened like in 3 days or something like that.
Yeah, we
Like
went
super
we went
fast.
from basically 2 million to 120 million in
Yeah,
3 days.
and then people were like DMing me all the time, like, "I wish I bought more. I wish I did this and that." Like, don't be that person. Just if it's the right time right now, just buy, establish your position, and be patient. I've been holding since the beginning. I've been here since January. I'm not going anywhere. So,
Yeah, like to that point, exactly. Like I bought in really big in February, and I didn't really sell hardly anything in March because
yeah,
I know
exactly.
the potential of this thing.
This can grow real fast. Like people need to realize how quickly this can escalate.
Exactly. Like again, I sold a little bit to take some profits, but like again, I'm totally expecting this to hit $1 next year. In order to hit $1, that's only 650 million market cap, basically. Like you've got a whole bunch of other memes that are touching that, and what are they doing? Nothing really.
Absolutely nothing. I can tell you that.
So like $1 price prediction for 2025. I say that's actually kind of conservative, but that's just me. And it looks like the last question right now. How do you think to solve the problem? Oh wait, I already answered that. I guess that's done. All right, well that's perfect because that's almost basically an hour.
That's it. Okay.
All right. Well,
Does
last time, I do want to leave a little bit of advice. Unlike stocks and traditional markets, which do have set trading times and actually do stop trading for periods of time, crypto never sleeps. But we need to. We are people. So if you do plan on buying or selling, have a strategy in place. I recommend putting in limit orders. Putting in your strategy, locking it in, so that when you go to sleep, you know that whatever happens, if it pumps really hard, you've got your sell orders in. If it drops really hard, you've got your buy orders in. Whatever happens, have a pre-planned strategy. And if you need any question, if you need help like implementing the strategy, just ask our community in Telegram. We're more than happy to help out.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. I also wanted to add. I've been seeing some people in the last couple of days asking, like, try to avoid using all of these smaller tier two exchanges.
oh my God.
You stay away from them because they're not safe at all. Like they not, and I'm not even talking about the liquidity, but like BingX got hacked. If you're holding your tokens there, and now you got hacked. Like about 2 or 3 million tokens were lost or something like that.
Almost 3 million. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't know if that's just from one holder or collectively from, let's say, 10 holders or whatever. But you don't know when BingX is going to buy them and reimburse you. It might take like 3 months. It might take like 5 months, and
It might take years.
yeah, I mean, they might not even do it. Like, who knows? Like, it's not like anyone's going to sue them from here. So stay away from these little shitty exchanges and just install Phantom, transfer your tokens to your own wallet. Like they say, your keys, your crypto, and learn how to use Jupiter. Like, you don't need a centralized exchange. You can do everything that you can do on a centralized exchange. You can do on a DEX with something like Jupiter right now. Absolutely everything. You can have automatic orders. You can have DCA. You can have anything you want. So there is no reason for you to use tier two exchanges. I
Those are
can
much
talk
cheaper.
about them for another hour, so I won't. But
Yeah.
they basically, their business model is a bit different. They actually charge some ridiculous prices to projects, and then they require that you send them liquidity and then keep the liquidity there. And I suspect that they use that liquidity in some different ways, probably lend it out somewhere, because a lot of them don't have any organic trading. So I think that their whole business model is very questionable, and you should not be playing into their hands. So just use your crypto, put it on a wallet of your choice, and just keep it there. And I also wanted to say, if anyone has any questions here on the live, just try to raise your hand, and we'll try to let you speak.
Well, actually, we should probably end it. It is getting to an hour.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah. Also, I do want to, mention to people, it's not about timing the market. Also, it's about the time in the market. As with any asset, if you try to time the market without insider information, you're gonna get wrecked. And if you try to win by jumping back and forth between assets, like meme coins, you're also likely gonna get wrecked. My recommendation is, just settle in with some good assets with a lot of potential, have a good strategy, and just enjoy the ride. Investments will naturally go up and down over time. Crypto assets do that even more to greater extremes, and but the gains can also be pretty extreme. And if you're here, you're in the crypto meme space, which has even greater price movements, both positive and negative. Most of which is outside of anyone's control. If you're dealing with a real world asset like a stock, you'd be very happy to get a gain of about 50% in a whole year, 365 days. We literally had gains more than that just yesterday. So you can also lose a lot on a daily basis. So it only matters if your time in the market. But for what we have coming out in the next few weeks, I can only assume which direction this project is going to go from here. So I'm grateful that I'm here with such a great team and community, and I look forward to continuing this amazing ride with all of you. Alex, did you have anything else before we do close this out?
No, I'm happy to be here as well. I'm happy to work on all these things. It's truly a community effort, and this is something that I'm really enjoying a lot.
Perfect. Well, thank you everyone very much for attending. Take care. We are going to be having this hopefully again in about 2 weeks. It might be a little bit longer depending on availability. But we are going to try to have this again on a somewhat regular basis because my schedule is freed up a little bit, and so I'll be able to participate a little bit more. So again, thank you very much for attending. Look forward to catching you guys on the next one.
Thank you,
Take care.
guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.